Okay, what else?
Maybe I want to improve my writing in the reading
Okay.
because in my job I often use the writing or reading.
Okay.
It's seldom use listening and speaking.
Okay. Well, that is fine though. Um, well, if you really wanted to improve your writing and reading, you actually need to read more. That's the best thing. Yeah, you can read magazines, books, or even um, how do you call this? Ebook. Yeah, electronic book. So there are a lot of applications online that you can just download, and there are several, or not just several, there are a lot of books. I actually download ebook. It's actually an app. So once you open that app, you will be asked to download books that you want to read there. So, okay, that's just an additional info. Alrighty, so let's go now to our book, to our lesson. So, what was the last time we've discussed, Roy?
Last time we are talking about talked we talked about the salary.
Okay, salary of those or particular professions, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, good. Now, so we're going out to here, number three. So definitely it's another continuation of the recording. So um, we need to listen to the recording voice so that it will help us to answer this question. So before we listen to the recording, can you go ahead and read the questions 1 to 4 so that once you listen to it, you have already an idea. Okay?
Sorry. You
You you read it loud. So
read
start.
it loud.
Yes. Can you read
Okay.
number 1?
Okay, I guess yes. Who do they think are the lost aliens?
Okay. Lowest. Can you pronounce it lowest?
Lowest
There. Earners.
nurse.
Okay. It's the root word. It's actually earn, and then it's additional. So that's earners. Next question number. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Go ahead. Pronounce it, please.
Lowest
Okay.
nurse.
Alrighty. Good. Next, number 2.
How much do they think farmers earn?
Farmers
Farmers.
earn. One more time. Read a complete question.
How much do they think farmers earn?
Okay. Good. Number 3.
Do they agree about a teacher's and the police officer's salary?
Okay. And number 4.
What is the woman's final point?
Okay. Good. Now, we'll go ahead and listen to the recording. Okay. You can just go ahead and click 2.7.
Okay.
Alright. Anyway, this is
Tape script 2.7. Part 2.
Let's go on down to the bottom. What's the lowest salary?
11,000. I guess that's the nurse. They don't get paid much, nurses.
I thought they earned more than that, actually. I know they don't get much, but even so.
Then there's 12,500, and the next up is 22,500.
Oh, look. Supermarket cashier. I don't suppose they get much. 12,500, I'd say.
Okay, that seems about right. What about farmers? How much do they get?
I don't know. It depends what sort of farmer. They can earn a fortune, can't they?
I suppose so, yes. But they're always complaining that supermarkets don't pay them enough for what they produce.
I still reckon they get a decent salary. They own so much land. I bet they get 50 or 60,000.
No, I think it's much lower. I'd say 22,500.
Not so sure. Then we've got teachers. What do they earn?
I reckon they get, 32,000?
But it all depends how many years they've worked and how many qualifications they've got.
Yeah, I know, but we're talking about the average.
Don't teachers and police officers earn about the same?
Do they? I'm not so sure. I'd say that police officers get more. What have we got? 32,000, 36,000.
I think 32 for the police officer and 36 for the teacher.
Well, actually, I'd say the other way round. 36 for the police officer and 32 for the teacher. My mother's a teacher, and she doesn't earn anything like that.
What does that leave? We haven't decided about the farmer or the nurse yet.
I think the nurse gets less than the farmer. She gets the least.
Why she? Nurses can be men, you know.
True, sorry. Nurses, men and women, earn less than farmers.
Men and women.
Absolutely.
Okay, are you done?
Not yet.
Sorry.
Okay, finish.
Okay. Alright, so first question. Who do they think are the lowest earners?
They think it's nurse.
The nurse, okay. Why? Why did they say that it's a nurse?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, technically, they did not specifically mention why it's the lowest. They're actually discussing whether the nurse has the lowest salary or the what? What they're
Farmer?
the farmer. They are good. So at least you were able to catch that. So yeah, for them, the nurse, and aside from the nurse, there's still one more that they mentioned that earns the lowest.
Sorry?
There is still one more job that earns the lowest.
Farmers.
Not really, because they mentioned.
So it's a supermarket cashier.
Yes, right. That's correct. Supermarket. Okay, good. Next, how much do they think farmers earn? We're able
How much?
yeah.
Farmer earn.
Yeah.
Farmers days in farmer is 12,500 pounds.
Uh-huh. Okay. So, well, technically, they say that the woman, so there are two, right? They're talking. So the woman thinks that the farmer earns about 50,000 pounds or 60 pounds. But the man thinks that the farmer earns 22,500 pounds. So we'll put it down here. So your answer. The man thinks it's 22,500. Well, actually, farmers, for me, I think farmers are rich because they own lands, right? They have land. What do you think, Roy? Are farmers rich? Because when they plant or when they harvest, they get more, right? But that depends on what type of, what type of plants do they plant.
Yes, maybe they have a lot of land, so maybe they are rich.
Okay. So on our recording, they mentioned that farmers get a decent salary. Do you have any idea what does decent salary mean? In your own opinion, yeah. What do you think about decent salary?
What means decent salary?
So you don't have any idea?
No, I don't. What mean decent salary? What decent salary mean?
Okay. Decent salary means it's actually depending on the situation. So it can be, for example, you're a professional, right? So if let's say you're earning, it's not much, but it's just okay. I mean, you can have a not that rich living, but it's just okay. You can eat 3 times a day. You can you have money, to let's see here. It's just about right. That's what it says, the decent salary. But let me take a look of a better definition here for you to understand.
Maybe I understand.
So, in your own opinion, can you tell me what does decent salary mean?
For farmers or for me?
For farmers.
Farmers.
Yeah.
Maybe for farmer in Taiwan, maybe 100 and 100 and 500 US dollar.
Well, you're actually giving me figures, but of course, for me, I don't exactly know, or even estimation of a decent salary. But if you will think of, it says here, it's actually so the net salary that you are receiving, it's actually above the average.
Then? So I don't.
Okay. So it says here, decent salary means when expected net salary is above the average. So it's like it's just about right. I mean, um, you can feed your family because you have a decent salary. It's just above the minimum or the net salary, but it's not that too much or very high, something like that. So there. So you can actually, um, I know you're good when it comes to having an estimation. So like it said in Taiwan, it's about, I'm sorry, how much is the amount again, Roy?
For farmer,
Yes, in Taiwan.
in Taiwan, farmer's salary, it just maybe it's a annual salary or month salary.
No, for a farmer's salary.
Yeah, for per month or per year.
I don't know. Maybe it's easier for us to understand if it's gonna be per month.
Maybe per month is 150 US
Yes.
dollar.
I see. Okay. Well, I will not fight with you when it comes to the estimation of how much they earn. So we're just actually discussing this one. So just additional information about decent salary means. Okay. All right. Next, number 3. Do they agree about the teachers and a police officer's salary?
Mm, yes, I agreed.
So you said yes, I agree. With the D or without D? So yes, I agree.
Yes, I agreed.
Agree. So with the D. Okay, so it says here they don't actually agree.
Oh, do they agree?
I'm sorry?
Sorry, I misunderstand the question.
It says here, do they agree?
Do they? Oh, not my opinion.
Okay, not. Not my opinion. Okay. So your answer is correct, but on how you answer, not my opinion, um, you know, it's wrong. So how are you going to correct this one?
The answer or
No, just the not my
it's not.
opinion.
It's not my opinion.
It's it's not. Okay, it's not my opinion. Or you can say no, they don't. They don't agree. Or you could just say no, they don't. So why? Why did you say they did not agree with salary between a teacher and a police officer? How much are the figures that they mentioned?
No. Um, no, my answer is they agreed, right? Or I'm not sure.
Okay, so okay, I wanted to know your final answer, Roy. Do they agree?
I think they agree.
Okay. You're kidding me. All right.
And I'm not sure.
Yes, I agree. You know what? Your answer is wrong. I'm already giving the answer.
So they don't agree.
Yes, they did not agree.
They didn't. Oh, okay.
Oh. They did not agree
Did not agree.
about
Okay.
the salary of a teacher and a police officer. The woman says, um,
It's too high.
the woman says, hold on, let me go back. There is actually here, this is actually what they said. Okay, not so sure. Then we've got teachers. What do they earn? I reckon they get £32,000. This is a man, okay? But it all depends how many years they've worked and how many qualifications they've got. Yes, and then yes, I know, but we're talking about the average. That's what the man says. And then the girl says, don't teachers and police officers earn about the same? So it's a question there. And then they say that, do they? I'm not so sure. I'd say that police officers get more. What have we got? 32,000, 36,000. And then the woman says, I think 32,000 for the police officer and 36 for the teacher. And then the man says, well, actually, I'd say the other way around. 36 for the police officer and 32 for the teacher. And then the man says, my mother's a teacher and she doesn't earn anything like that. See? So did you get the point now?
So the man think the teacher is 22,000 pounds.
No, it's actually 32,000.
32.
Yeah, 32. And the police officer, it is 36. So he thinks that the police officer earns more than the teacher. But the woman says it's the other way around. The teacher earns more than the police officer.
Okay.
Alright, so let me just put it back here. See, you already had the correct answer, but you changed. But still you change. Because you're not sure. So the man thinks the police officers get more than teachers. And the woman thinks the opposite. So is there any word that you don't understand here, Roy?
None.
Okay, good. Alright, So let's go now to the last question. What is the woman's final point?
What's the woman's final point?
This is actually about the nurse.
She thinks nurse is man and the woman. The nurse is be man and be woman.
Okay. Could you repeat that? What's your final point, or the woman's final point? Nurse?
The woman thinks the nurse can be woman and the man.
Okay. Good, good. The woman thinks nurse can be woman and okay. Good. So your answer is correct. Or you could just say it. Both men and women can be nurses. So it's simple to understand. Because the man says, let me see here, I think the nurse gets less than the farmer. She gets the least. Why she? Nurses can be men, you know. True, sorry. Nurses, men and women, earn less than farmers. Men and women, absolutely. So that's the last conversation that I had. Alrighty, good. Right, so have you learned anything from this conversation, Roy?
Any question?
Yeah? Do you have any questions?
No.
Alright. Do you know what's the accent on the recording? Because if you're talking to Americans and people from Europe, they actually have different accents.
Accent.
Accent?
It means accent.
Accent.
Action or accent.
Accent.
Okay, I see.
So when you're talking, of course, you have your own accent, right? So if you're speaking the English language, you can have your own accent. So on the recording, since they are talking about breathing, so definitely their accent is actually British accent.
So you said they are America or not America?
They're not Americans. They're actually, if you just take a look of the currency, it's actually a pound. And on the page 14 here, who earns how much in Britain? So, and how they speak, they're not actually from the US or from America. So accent, this is actually a distinctive mode of pronunciation of a language. So it's more on how they pronounce or how they talk. It's actually the intonation or how they deliver. It's actually a manner of speaking. If you listen to Americans, their accent is different also, right? So there. if you have watched Indian movies, if they're speaking in English, they have a different accent also. So you can actually differentiate from what country they are, or it can be if they're from the US. In the US, they have several accents also. They have Southern, they have Western accent there. Okay, so that's just an additional information. Alrighty, next. So it says here, spoken English, giving opinions. So it says here, notice the ways of expressing an opinion. So can you read number 1, Roy?
Notice the ways of expressing an opinion.
Okay. Can you read them? Can you read this part, Roy?
I reckon. I dare say. I suppose.
Okay. I'd say.
I say.
Okay. Alright, so here in this part, so it's actually how they express their opinion. So on the audio or on the recording, you could actually hear they say this. So like I've read or I've mentioned earlier, so this is about the teacher. So the man says, I reckon they get 32,000. So do you know what does reckon mean?
Yes.
So what's the meaning?
To say that. Means how to explain? Expect. Expect.
Okay. Or what other? What other word? I expect. Yes, but it's far from the exact meaning.
Estimate.
Estimate. Yeah, it can be. Or in the informal language, you can say that. So
Informal.
I'm sorry.
So you miss.
I said if it's informal English.
Estimate or reckon.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. Which word is more formal?
Formal.
Which word?
It's actually reckon. That's a very formal English. So what I'm saying here is that if you're gonna use an informal language or a similar meaning of reckon, it can be I believe, I think. So it's your opinion, right? Or I guess, I suppose. Hold on, let me add. Meaning of this reckon. So that we have the. So I've also added an example here. So reckon, so establish by counting or calculation or calculate. So his debts were reckoned at $300,000. So there is they calculate. So when we're discussing about this also, they're discussing about salary, right? So there, you can use this word. So whenever you're writing or expressing an opinion based on if you're, let's say, prices of equipment that you're selling, there, you can use this. Or the other informal, like I've said here. So conclude after calculation, be of the opinion. So an example, he reckons that the army should pull out entirely, or a different or synonym, similar meaning. So we could just believe, think. So if you're gonna change it, he believes that the army should pull out entirely, or he thinks. See? So that's actually the opposite or the similar meaning of the word reckons. Did you get it right?
Yes.
Do you think you will be able to use this in your email?
If I have changed.
Why not, right? See, another example here. So, I reckon, can you see the comments right on the right side? Do you see it?
Yes.
Okay. Here, another example. I reckon I can manage that. See, you can actually or you can say, I believe I can manage that. So instead of just using believe or I think, you can just use the word I reckon. See, it's an additional info. Okay, next, I'd say or I suppose. Now, I want you to give me a sentence about or using this I reckon. I already gave you several examples. Now it's your turn. I want you to type it here. So it depends if you wanted to use the informal, or it can be the counting or calculating.
Okay.
Alright, good. I like it. Now read it. Can you read your sentence, Roy?
Alright. I reckon we can finish this project before next Monday.
Good, very good. Alrighty. Next, I'd say.
I say.
Yeah. See, we're practicing how you're gonna, write words now.
I say.
can give you an example for that. So I'd say that the first project would probably better. So still, it's your opinion. Or another example, I'd say that there's probably 2 more weeks worth of work left to do. So it's kind of an estimation.
It's okay?
Let me see. I'd say they will ship product.
Plus
It's not clear. I'd say they will ship product. When? Why?
tomorrow.
Okay. Okay. All right. Can you read it?
I said they will ship products tomorrow.
Okay. Good. And lastly, I suppose. So here's an example.
No, it's okay.
Good. Can you read the sentence?
Okay. I suppose Warriors can win the championship this
Are you
season.
still watching NBA, Roy? Sometimes. So
Sometimes.
what is your favorite team in NBA? What's your favorite team?
Sorry? The,
Lakers?
yes, and the Lakers.
Oh, I see. For me,
Lakers.
I like Spurs. San Antonio? Yeah. But
San
as of
Antonio.
now,
Okay, I see.
I haven't watched NBA basketball because before I'm into it watching because my husband loves watching it. So so I like Spurs. I don't like Cleveland because uh, LeBron James is there. So who's your favorite NBA player? Wow. So
Stephen Curry.
supposedly you like Golden State. Yeah, Golden State
It's
because
okay. Yeah.
Stephen Curry is from that team. Why is it Lakers? You're kidding
Right.
me, Ron.
Yeah, before is Kobe Bryant, but
Yes, he
he
already
was
retired.
retired.
Yeah, I think that was
Yeah.
last.
Yes.
I think it was last year when he retired. It was last year
Pardon?
when Kobe Bryant retired from NBA.
Sorry, can
It was
you
last
repeat
year
again? Sorry.
when when Kobe Bryant retired.
Last year?
Yeah, it was
Yes.
last year. I can remember. I even watched.
Oh, yes. Maybe
Oh, 2 years. It's not
2 years
last year.
ago.
Oh, I see. So
Not last
I
year.
see.
Just 2 years ago.
Wow, you're updated. All right. Okay. So that's nice. Find three more and well, it says here you need to find three more of the expressions or expressing an opinion. But of course, that's gonna take a while if we're gonna listen again to the recording. But let me see. I'll just go ahead and give another example here. Okay? Then just create a sentence. I guess that's one of it. Yeah. The other
Okay.
one. I bet. And lastly, I think. Oh, we've already discussed this, I think. So it's going to be here. Okay, so can you go ahead and make sentence for I guess, Ron? Yes.
I tap here.
Okay. Can you read it?
I guess she forgot to do homework.
Forget. To do homework. Well, it's better if you will put a pronoun here.
Okay.
To do her homework.
To do her homework.
Okay. Next. I bet.
Okay.
Alright.
I
Good.
bet he will
That's
win the
right.
can.
I think.
I think. What? I think he can do anything he wants.
So I think you're already good when it comes to, of course,
Think.
using this. It's just simple anyway. And if you're talking to someone else, you can actually, you already use this, like this one. I think, I bet, I guess, right? I guess. I think so. Okay, so there you go. Alright, so we will go ahead and continue working on this. Roy? Alright. Hold on, let me just...
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So do you have any questions for me? Okay, good. Well, thank you
No.
so much, Roy. You have a great day, okay? Bye now.
Okay. Good evening. Bye.